concerning, do you think, lack of personnel?
No, I don't think so. I think we have people who have the ability in that final third. But at the moment they're just not finding their feet. There's situations, 1v1s out wide. You've got to be able to beat your man. We're not seeing a lot of that 1v1s in the wide areas, or 1v1s striker taking on maybe one of the centre backs. We seem to be purely thinking of possession and penetration and trying to find goals that way. But goals have to come also sometimes from other areas of our game, and then there's got to be enough bravery for people to want to get in the box and get on the end of things, So that's been a struggle since I've been at the club. Every single game we play, we talk about we didn't create enough chances, or our decision making in the final third wasn't good enough, and we work on it week in, week out, So that doesn't change. We've got to keep doing that, and it's all about repetition. But I think we have enough quality in our squad to be ensuring that we get more out of them, But at the same time, you can say that we scored 3 goals in the cup, where we showed that we can, So we've got to look at those positives and look to focus on that.
How difficult was it when you look at the rotation of players that has been happening at Sundowns? I know they've got a certain style, but there have been a lot of changes to the starting line. Did it in any way affect the players or how they prepare for this game?
No, I don't think so. You know exactly in terms of their system and their game model, what they do and how they build up. Where are their threats? When do the fullbacks get high? When do the fullbacks go inside? Play with the front 3 that are all strikers. None of them are wingers. Ribeiro in the pockets. All of this is things we knew. Would we have preferred to have more time to be able to work on the strategy? But you don't. Recovery the day after Magezi. One training session yesterday with a bit of shadow play. And that's it, So, the thing is it's about learning from those mistakes. The players need to learn, and they need to learn fast. You can't be making the same mistakes week in, week out. We've got to be fixing those mistakes.
Would you say that this team, the team you have, is in transition? Because I think I can count on my hand how many players has over 50 games in the PSL. Would you say that's a fair assessment, and that there's patience from you and the club as a whole? Because look at the players who play today, quite inexperienced.
Yeah, I think you could say that. Unfortunately, in the world of football, you're not given that much time. So we have to adapt. We have to try and fix the mistakes that we are making to rectify the situation. It's 2 games now that we've conceded 3 goals, and that's something we need to rectify, and we can't allow that to happen. But as I said, today, where we're normally very good in our build-up, today we didn't show that. In our control, we didn't show that, in particularly in the first half. And some of the younger players, less experienced players, I actually thought they did quite well. But some of it is just tactical inexperience or lack of tactical knowledge, and reading situations. Maybe the communication and all of that needs to be a little bit better, but you could say we are in a transition phase, but at the same time, the expectation is very, very high, so we need to match those expectations.
Coach,
We lost to a better team today. Strong team that came out from Sundowns, very offensive, very attacking. Today, we didn't really play to our strengths. When I look in the build-up, Sundowns pressing us, we didn't manage to get out of the build-up. It was too easy for them to press us. We gave a ball away cheaply. And obviously, especially against a team like Sundowns, if you give it away cheaply, you'll get punished. And I just felt in that first half, Our build-up was very, very poor. The options available to us in the build-up was very, very poor. If we did get out of it, we needed to show a lot more control once we got in the creation phase, but we opted to play the long ball, and then obviously it just came back at us. And then that's more the offensive side of the game. Our possession, our ball control, our build-up played into the hands of Sundowns, and then Sundowns in possession are a team with a lot of rotation and movement. We spoke about how we want to press them. The application of that press today wasn't good enough, and again, the quality that you're playing against, when you don't apply yourself correctly, you will get punished. And that's exactly what happened today. You know, the 3 goals, too easy in terms of them getting out of our press. Not enough aggression in our press, not enough numbers in our press. You know, you can't always have spare men at the back. You've got to be brave enough to push players forward in terms of being able to at least match them in terms of the numbers through the middle. And we didn't do that. Ribeiro found the pockets very, very easily, and when he finds those pockets very easily, he hurts you. And that's exactly what happened to us today, you know. I thought in the second half, with the changes we made, we showed a little bit more control. We managed to come out a little bit better in the build-up. But again, you know, the third goal, you're not matching them in terms of numbers in the press, and they get out of the press too easy, and then they find the spaces in between the lines and they punish you. You know, so obviously a lot of things to reflect on. Maybe I asked too much. Obviously, I'll first look at myself. You know, disappointing to lose the way we've lost. Yeah, we've got another big game coming up on the weekend, so we need to start focusing on that.
Tricky opponent.
No, exactly. You know, very, very tricky opponent. You know, today was slight. We also didn't create many chances today, but a lot of that came through the fact that we didn't control the game enough. We didn't come out of the build-up good enough. We gave the ball away cheaply after getting out of the build-up, looking to play a different brand, which is long ball, which is not our strength. You know, so we faced other difficulties. To compare it to Magezi is not the same. You know, today was more around our build-up creation phase, hence we don't create enough chances. We're rarely getting into the final third. The Magezi game was different. We were build-up, control, creation phase, control, final third, low block, struggle to break them down. And I think that's what we're going to face against Richards Bay. It's going to be the same. Now, to compare the two games, I don't think it's fair. Maybe I can compare the Magezi game, but this one, not so much. You know, totally different. But, you know, it's obviously given me an opportunity now to rest a few guys, but at the same time, to see what options I have available.